A storm rages over Malibu's cliffs as Keanu Reeves clutches a worn photo, the ocean howling like it's clawing at his heart. One tear breaks through his iron mask, a vow from a boy to the woman who gave him everything, his mother, Patricia. What promise has haunted this quiet star for decades, pushing him to build a miracle in the shadow of fame? And what will shatter when she steps into the home he has hidden for her? Would you raise a home for the one who raised you? Shout, home, if you would, heart, if this stirs you deep. Tell me where you're watching from, and if this grips your soul, slam that subscribe for motivation for success. Let us plunge into the night it all sparked. Late one evening, as the city below shimmered like a tapestry of distant lights, Keanu Reeves found himself immersed in quiet reflection within his modest office. In that solitary space, the soft hum of computers and the rhythmic ticking of a clock seemed to underscore the urgency of a deeply personal mission that had nothing to do with the accolades of his public life but rather with a debt of gratitude he owed to the one person who had shaped him, his mother, Patricia. He reached for a weathered photo album tucked away in the bottom drawer of his desk, an artifact in a digital age that still held the tangible echoes of moments past. Each faded photograph within those fragile pages was a silent testament to a lifetime of love and sacrifice, a young woman's tender embrace, the gentle guidance through childhood projects, and a vision of a better future that had once been painted with hope and quiet determination. As he leafed through the album, his eyes paused on a cherished image from his childhood, a moment captured when he was merely 10 years old, standing beside his mother outside a humble apartment. In the background, a magazine lay open to a picture of an idyllic house by the ocean, a symbol of dreams far larger than their modest surroundings. With a wistful smile, Patricia had pointed to that image and shared her longing for a home where the garden could bloom with life, where space was abundant enough to embrace family and the promise of future generations. That simple wish, spoken with quiet optimism, had etched itself into Keanu's heart, lingering as a gentle reminder of a promise unfulfilled despite the glitz and glamour that later characterized his career. Though the world knew him for his stoic presence and sparse words, in these quiet moments, his inner voice resounded with the tender memories of a mother who had never sought luxury or recognition. Patricia had lived a life defined by selflessness, consistently prioritizing the well-being of those she loved over her own desires. Whenever Keanu attempted to repay her with lavish gifts, she would modestly decline, urging him instead to conserve his resources for matters of greater significance. This steadfast principle, gently imparted through everyday actions and subtle words, became a beacon of guidance that Keanu carried with him even as his own success soared. In that reflective solitude, surrounded by relics of a bygone era, Keanu felt an overwhelming need to honor the quiet strength and boundless generosity of his mother. His heart, filled with gratitude and a profound sense of duty, led him to act upon a dream that had been nurtured since his earliest memories. With deliberate calm, he retrieved his phone and began scrolling through his contacts until he dialed the number of a trusted associate who had become an integral part of his journey. The conversation that ensued was marked by an unspoken understanding and a shared commitment to turning a long-held aspiration into reality. Keanu announced with quiet determination that it was time for a new chapter, a chapter he lovingly referred to as Operation Homecoming. His soft voice carried the weight of a promise, one that would finally breathe life into the dreams his mother had once described with simple joy and heartfelt hope. He spoke of a coastal property in Malibu, a place that encapsulated the very essence of everything his mother had ever envisioned. The estate, perched gracefully on a cliff overlooking the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, featured 6 bedrooms, each with its own private sanctuary, a kitchen designed for joyful family gatherings, and a sprawling garden destined to bloom with nature's abundance. Every detail of this home resonated with the tender dreams of a life filled with love and quiet fulfillment. The conversation drew to a close with an undercurrent of anticipation and purpose. A subsequent exchange with his realtor reinforced the necessity for discretion as the delicate plan unfolded. With the assurance that the details would remain confidential, Keanu felt the various pieces of a long-held dream coming together in a way that transcended the trappings of fame and fortune. Settling back at his desk, he allowed his eyes to linger over the cherished photographs in the album, each image a quiet murmur of humble beginnings and unconditional love. In a final moment of introspection, he whispered a sincere thank you to the one person who had given him everything. In that silent instant, he raised an imaginary glass in tribute to his mother, a silent vow that her dreams would finally find their place in the world. The glitter of city lights and the quiet resolve of his heart melded together as he embraced the truth that genuine success was measured not in accolades or material wealth. In the quiet aftermath of that poignant evening, when the memories of a lifetime gently whispered from every worn page of the photo album, Keanu found himself embarking on a mission fueled by gratitude and a deep, enduring love for his mother. With a heart brimming with both determination and tenderness, he resolved to transform a cherished dream into a tangible sanctuary, a home that embodied the selfless spirit of Patricia, the woman who had devoted her life to nurturing others. Over the next few days, every waking moment was dedicated to ensuring that this new beginning would be nothing short of perfect. The coastal property in Malibu was only the foundation upon which a vision of comfort, joy, and fulfillment was to be built. It was the canvas upon which every detail would be carefully painted in honor of a lifetime of sacrifices made by a mother who never sought accolades for her devotion. Keanu immersed himself in the intricate planning and coordination of renovations, balancing his demanding schedule of film productions and personal ventures with a singular, heartfelt purpose. He recalled the countless times Patricia had placed her children's needs above her own, her every action a testament to the love that defined her existence. Now, as the threads of renovation began to weave together, each element of the house was carefully orchestrated to reflect her dreams: a large, sunlit garden blooming with her favorite flowers, a spacious kitchen designed to foster the warmth of family gatherings, and a living room that opened to a breathtaking panorama of the endless ocean. Every brushstroke, every measured plan, was a silent promise that the years of hardship and relentless sacrifice would finally be honored. As the weeks slipped by, the transformation of the home unfolded like a gentle crescendo. Amid the steady hum of construction and the coordinated efforts of his trusted team, Keanu's presence was felt in every corner of the evolving space. Despite the inevitable demands of his illustrious career, he was determined to be intimately involved in every decision, every design nuance that might capture the essence of what his mother had once envisioned. His visits to the site were filled with quiet moments of reflection. Each glance at a freshly painted wall, every new plant in the garden, served as a reminder of the silent resilience and unwavering hope that had marked Patricia's journey through life. Keanu's commitment was not driven by a desire for grandeur or luxury, but by an innate need to give back to the woman who had never asked for anything in return. This home was more than a structure. It was a sanctuary of peace, a physical manifestation of years spent in the service of family, and a final tribute to a legacy of selflessness. With each new day, as he watched the house take shape and come alive with the promise of a better future, the anticipation grew. He envisioned the moment his mother would step through the door, her eyes lighting up with disbelief and quiet joy, finally witnessing the culmination of her lifelong dreams realized through the love of her son. In these moments, the true value of success was redefined. For Keanu, it was not the glittering lights of fame or the accolades of a global career that mattered most, but the simple, profound act of giving. It was the promise that the sacrifices of a humble, loving heart would not go unrecognized. The renovation was a testament to the belief that every act of selflessness deserves to be met with a celebration of life's quiet victories, a reward that transcended material wealth. As the final pieces of the home fell into place, his mind echoed with a single, enduring truth: that true fulfillment is found in the joy of giving back, in creating a space where the heart can finally rest and find solace. And so, with unwavering resolve and deep emotion, Keanu prepared for the day when, with one heartfelt step across the threshold, his mother would finally come home to the haven she had always deserved. As the transformation of the dream home continued to mirror the tender vision of a lifetime of sacrifices, a new chapter unfolded in Keanu's journey, a chapter defined by the mounting anticipation of a long-awaited reunion and the fulfillment of a promise made to the one who had given him everything. In the days leading up to the grand reveal, the hours melted into one another, each passing moment imbued with the weight of anticipation that stole sleep from his eyes and transformed his every morning into a renewed mission. The soft glow of dawn would find him already awake, his mind racing with the details of the final touches on a home that was not merely bricks and mortar, but a living testament to the enduring spirit of his mother, Patricia. Even as the world around him buzzed with the demands of upcoming film projects and burgeoning business ventures, every call on his phone, every fleeting interruption, was gently set aside as he focused on the heartbeat of his true undertaking. In his quiet office, with the glow of computer screens illuminating scattered plans and blueprints, Keanu pored over the final renovation details. Devin's voice echoed in his memory, assuring him that every corner of the house was nearly perfected, every stroke of the brush a tribute to the warmth and hope that his mother had always embodied. The house was nearing its moment of unveiling, a sanctuary of light and love, and soon Patricia would be whisked away to California to experience the surprise that had been meticulously prepared for her. In those sleepless nights filled with anticipation, Keanu's thoughts drifted back to the days of his childhood in Toronto, where the hum of hardship was a constant companion. He remembered the relentless nights when the cold, dark apartment would echo with the faint sound of an overworked mother who managed to smile despite the exhaustion of working 5 jobs just to keep a light on in their home. Patricia's resilience had always been his guiding light, a beacon in times of uncertainty, and those memories were now interwoven with his every action. They were the silent rhythm of his heart, reminding him that the sacrifices of the past were not in vain, but instead had paved the way for this moment of heartfelt retribution. As he reviewed the renovation plans one quiet evening, a sense of both urgency and calm determination settled over him. The thought of his mother stepping through the door of this meticulously crafted home, a home that was destined to be more than just a shelter but a symbol of unwavering love and relentless perseverance, filled him with profound emotion. His mind was a cascade of recollections, the modest beginnings, the countless times he had seen his mother persevere against all odds, and the enduring strength that had been her constant companion. It was in these moments that every sacrifice, every moment of hardship, converged into a single, poignant purpose to honor her, to give her the reward that life had long denied her. Compelled by this promise, Keanu reached for his phone and called his brother, Jason, whose voice carried both warmth and a hint of admiration. "Everything set for Mom," he declared, his tone imbued with both resolve and gentle pride. A soft chuckle on the other end acknowledged the magnitude of the gesture. "You really went all out, didn't you?" Jason teased, and in that moment, Keanu's heart swelled with the certainty that no act of love was too grand when it was meant to honor a life of selfless devotion. In that fleeting exchange, the significance of the coming days crystallized. Every detail of the house, every whispered plan, was a promise that Patricia's years of sacrifice were finally being returned in kind. As the countdown to the reveal continued, the world around Keanu seemed to slow, allowing him to savor the approaching moment when his mother, the silent architect of his resilience, would finally step into the home that was built out of gratitude, love, and an unyielding commitment to make every sacrifice worthwhile. As the days dwindled to the final moments before the big reveal, a quiet tension settled over Keanu, a tension woven from the threads of anticipation and a vulnerability he had long kept hidden. While every detail of the house had been planned meticulously to mirror the dreams of a woman who had spent her life sacrificing for others, Keanu found himself wrestling with an unexpected challenge: his own overwhelming emotions. The once steady rhythm of his heart, usually synchronized with the precision of his work and the demands of his public life, now beat to the tempo of a secret yearning, a yearning to witness his mother's reaction and to see the culmination of her unspoken dreams reflected in every corner of the home. In the dim light of his office, surrounded by the reassuring hum of busy construction teams and the soft, determined cadence of final renovation plans, Keanu's mind drifted back to the early days of his childhood in Toronto. Memories of hardship and perseverance mingled with the present as he recalled the countless nights when Patricia, exhausted yet resilient, would smile despite the weight of an unforgiving reality. Those memories, both painful and precious, now fueled his determination to transform every detail of the house into a tribute to her endless sacrifices. He had orchestrated every element in secrecy, knowing that the magic of the surprise would be most profound if untouched by prior knowledge. Yet, as the moment of revelation neared, so too did the gravity of his hidden emotions. He began to understand that the significance of the house extended far beyond its physical form. It was a sanctuary, a tangible manifestation of gratitude and an emblem of the dreams his mother had once dared to voice softly in moments of fleeting hope. Standing in the center of the nearly finished home the day before Patricia's arrival, Keanu felt as if he were suspended between two worlds, one defined by the rigorous demands of his career and the other by the raw, unfiltered essence of familial love. In that silent space, with gleaming floors reflecting the careful work of his team and a garden that whispered the promise of new beginnings, he came face to face with the realization that he was not just building a house, but forging a haven of comfort and fulfillment for the woman who had given him so much. He wandered from room to room, absorbing every detail with a mixture of pride and quiet trepidation. In each meticulously designed space, from the airy kitchen meant for hearty family gatherings to the expansive living room that opened onto an endless ocean view, he saw not just a collection of furnishings and architecture, but a living legacy of love and perseverance. The sight of the ocean through the window brought a bittersweet smile to his lips, as its vast expanse mirrored the depths of his own feelings, turbulent, yet serene in the knowledge that this moment was the culmination of years of unspoken devotion. In that solitary evening, with the crashing waves echoing the rhythmic pulse of his heart, a single tear escaped down his cheek as he whispered into the quiet, "You deserve this, Mom." The wordless confession was both a promise and a release, a silent acknowledgement of the pain of the past and the hope for a future where his mother could finally rest in the comfort she had long earned. It was a moment of raw clarity, where the weight of secrecy and expectation dissolved into a profound understanding of what it truly meant to give. For Keanu, the house was not merely a physical structure, it was the embodiment of a life devoted to sacrifice and the bittersweet beauty of gratitude. As he stood there, hidden emotions mingled with the tangible reality of his achievement, solidifying his role as the secret keeper of a promise that had been kept close to his heart, a promise that would soon shine in the light of a new day when his mother finally walked through the door. Dawn broke over Los Angeles with a restless heat, the air thick with secrets as Patricia stepped into Keanu's modest home, thinking it was just a family escape. She didn't know her children Keanu, Jason, and Aaron were hiding a wildfire of a plan, a tribute to the woman who carried them through hell. The car hummed to life, laughter spilling out, but beneath it, a current of raw anticipation crackled with every mile toward Malibu. The road twisted through sun-scorched hills, each curve a silent echo of their Toronto nights, dark, cramped, Patricia's hands rough from 5 jobs just to keep a bulb burning. Keanu gripped the wheel, every turn slicing deeper into his chest, a map of gratitude for the mother who stitched hope into their bones. The silence grew heavy, sacred, as the ocean loomed closer. Tires crunched onto the cliffside drive, and the air snapped tight. Patricia blinked hard, staring at a house glowing gold against the crashing sea. "What is this?" she rasped, voice breaking on the edge of disbelief. Keanu slid out, heart slamming against his ribs, and locked eyes with her. "Wait for it, Mom," he said, a grin fighting through the strain. The car stopped dead. Keanu flung the door wide, the mansion towering like a dream ripped from her old magazine pages, wild gardens, endless views, a heartbeat in every brick. He faced her, voice splintering, "It's yours, Mom. Your house, every damn thing you dreamed of." A choked gasp tore from her throat. She stumbled forward, knees buckling, hands clutching the air. "Keanu, no," she sobbed, eyes flooding as she spotted a faded photo taped to the gate. Her and him, Toronto, 1980. A lifetime of scars crashed into that moment, and she fell into his arms, the debt of love repaid in a single, shattering breath. Inside the home, Patricia moved slowly through the spaces, her eyes wide with wonder as each room revealed a part of her long-held dreams. The transformation that had begun with a simple idea had now become a tangible expression of love, crafted with the utmost care to honor a lifetime of sacrifices. The spacious kitchen, bathed in natural light, was designed not just for cooking but for creating memories, a place where the aroma of freshly prepared meals could fill the air and spark conversations that would linger long into the night. Its counters, polished to a gentle gleam, and cabinets filled with thoughtful details spoke of a promise to make every family gathering a cherished event. The living room, set against a backdrop of an expansive ocean view, exuded both elegance and comfort. Floor-to-ceiling windows invited the golden hues of the setting sun inside, creating a space where the outside world and the serenity of the home merged seamlessly. Every piece of furniture had been chosen to reflect warmth and familiarity, echoing the many evenings spent together in a home that once felt far too small. It was in this room that memories of laughter, quiet moments, and heartfelt discussions had been shared, and now, it was a sanctuary where new memories could blossom. Stepping outside, the garden unfolded like a secret retreat. Rows of carefully planted flowers and lush greenery formed a living tapestry, each plant holding its own special meaning to Patricia. The garden was a tribute to nature's enduring beauty, a promise that even in the midst of life's chaos, there would always be a place to find solace. Every corner of the garden whispered of days spent tending to the earth, of dreams nurtured with patience and care, and it was here that Patricia could envision long afternoons filled with peace and quiet reflection. As they walked from room to room, Keanu observed the gratitude radiating from his mother's eyes. It wasn't merely the luxury or the splendor of the surroundings that moved her, it was the thoughtful consideration behind every detail. In that home, each element was a silent homage to the bond they shared, a reflection of every lesson learned, every sacrifice made, and every moment of unwavering love that had defined their journey together. For Keanu, the home was more than just a structure, it was a living symbol of everything his mother had given him, a legacy of hope and resilience that now found its perfect home in the very space before them. Later that evening, the family gathered around a long, elegantly set dinner table in the heart of the house. The room was filled with soft, ambient light that accentuated the warmth of the surroundings and the quiet intimacy of the moment. As Patricia looked around at her children Keanu, Jason, and Aaron, her eyes shimmered with tears that spoke of overwhelming pride and deep, unspoken gratitude. "I never imagined this day would come," she murmured, her voice thick with emotion and her heart full of joy. "You've all done so well for yourselves, but this is the greatest gift of all." Keanu reached across the table, his hand finding hers in a gesture that carried the weight of years and the simplicity of true love. "It's yours, Mom. You deserve it," he said softly, the words echoing the promise that had driven every decision and every sacrifice along the way. In that heartfelt moment, as they sat together in a circle of shared memories and renewed hope, the home transcended its physical form. It became a living testament to the enduring power of love, a space where every brick and beam resonated with the echoes of past hardships and the promise of a better tomorrow. In that quiet dinner, illuminated by both candlelight and the radiance of familial love, Patricia's journey from a life of unyielding sacrifice to this moment of well-earned fulfillment was celebrated in silence. The house, now complete with its intimate details and profound meaning, embraced its new role as a sanctuary of hope, forever preserving the legacy of a mother whose love had built the foundation of a family's dreams. As the last rays of the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow across the Malibu estate, Patricia stood at the edge of her new garden, her fingers brushing the petals of a flower she'd once dreamed of tending. Keanu watched from the porch, his heart a quiet drumbeat of fulfillment and ache, knowing this moment was both an ending and a beginning. The air carried the soft scent of blooms and the distant murmur of the ocean, but it was the look in his mother's eyes wide with awe, glistening with tears of joy that anchored him. In her trembling smile, he saw the weight of every sleepless night, every sacrificed dream, and every unspoken, "I love you," that had built their lives. This wasn't just a house, it was a monument to a mother's boundless love, a debt repaid in bricks, beams, and blossoms. The lesson here cuts deep. True success isn't measured in fame or fortune, but in the quiet acts of gratitude that ripple through time, honoring those who lifted us when we couldn't stand alone. As the stars began to pierce the twilight sky, Keanu raised a silent toast to Patricia, whispering into the night, "This is your legacy, Mom and mine." The world might know him as a hero on screen, but here, in this sacred space, he was simply a son who kept a promise. Now, I want to hear from you. What's a promise you've made to someone you love, or a moment when you gave back to the one who gave you everything? Share your story below, and let us keep this wave of inspiration rolling. If this tale stirred your soul, don't miss out. Subscribe to Motivation for Success for more stories that light up the heart. I'll see you in the next video with even more unforgettable journeys. Until then, keep chasing what matters most.